Okay, today we're going to talk about voicemail best practices. Voicemails are, when used properly, can be incredibly impactful. When used incorrectly, they could be incredibly annoying to your prospects. So it's really important to make sure we are using these in the right way and not the wrong way. Some of the wrong ways could be, hey, this is Patrick Cairns from Orem. Give me a call back. It's not the most value-driven voicemail. Um, Other ways are like, hey, yeah, hey, this is Patrick. Give me a call back. Hey, this is Patrick following up on an email. Give me a call back. Not the most value-driven voicemail. So just want to give a couple examples of what bad could sound like. What good could sound like is taking a step back, thinking about your sequence that you've built or cadence, whatever sales engagement platform you're using, whatever terminology they want you to call it. When you take a step back and think about how you built this and thoughtfully record your voicemails in a manner that either points your prospect towards your sequence or maybe remind your prospect of your sequence. So here's an example from when I was a seller here. I had a 30% engagement rate. And every single person I put into here was a sales leader of some sort, whether it was a sales manager, sales development manager, sales development director, VP of sales, doesn't matter. I made sure that the messaging in this sequence applied to all of those people. Orem also, we sell to marketing leaders at times, sales development teams, well, to marketing. I do not put a single marketing leader in this sequence, and I'll explain why. So I just want to call out that you do want to make sure when using voicemails that there is a common denominator of the personas that you're reaching out to. Because when you have a common denominator, you can achieve what I like to call customization at scale. I'll explain what that means. Again, this had a 30% reply rate, completely cold. And so when I go into this, I started out my sequence with a very thoughtful, customized email. So I had a manual email. So before I sent this, I made sure I did some, I show you I know you. So for instance, like, hey, Chris, saw that you started out your career at Oracle and worked up the ranks all the way to a director of sales over the course of a 10-year career there, and recently took the plunge to join the startup game and join ABC startup as their VP of sales, and yada, yada, yada. So when they get that email, they'll be like, oh, wow, how does he know all this about me? And it draws them in. I also add them on LinkedIn. That's what this generic task is for. So then on day 2, when I go to call them, I would use my pre-recorded voicemail, because with Orem, you get to pre-record voicemails and map them to specific steps of the sequence. And so with this, you're able to customize that voicemail based on that stage. So for step 2, everyone in that voicemail I would say, hey, this is Patrick Cairns from Orem. Following up on the thoughtful email I sent you the other day, as well as to add you on LinkedIn. The reason why I'm trying to reach out to you, though, specifically is I saw that you were a sales leader within your organization. And I was curious if you play a part in managing the team who generates pipeline over the phones, or if your reps even build pipeline over the phones at all. When you get a chance, give me a call back, yada, yada. And so when I get that voicemail, he'll be like, oh, yeah, Patrick did give me a thoughtful email the other day. He did add me on LinkedIn. And so I'm starting to kind of cut through the noise and actually be a live human being and not someone who's just sending, pointless emails that were clearly sent to thousands of other people. Day 3, I bumped my original email to the top of the inbox. So on day 4, I'll be like, hey, this is Patrick Cairns from Orem again. I know I bumped my original email to the top of your inbox the other day, but thought I'd give you another call today as well, in case connecting over the phone would be a better means of communication for you. When you get the chance, give me a call back. I'd love to understand if we can help your reps get into more live conversations over the phone to build more pipeline and drive more revenue for you guys. So again, he'll get that voicemail like, oh yeah, he did bump that email to the top of my inbox. Day 5, so I'm very much a fan of touching your prospects consistently and thoughtfully. Just kind of like if you're asking a friend to hang out every day, they're probably going to want to hang out with you. But if you ask them to hang out once a month and you really don't care if they respond or not, probably not going to be a priority. And so day 5, I'll ghost call them. I don't want to, give them back-to-back voicemail the same day. But on day 6, I'll send an email. And at this point, I'm trying to get creative. Like, all right, they didn't respond to my 2 other voicemails. Let's see if I can get creative. So I throw in a funny cat gift, try to catch their eye. So on day 7, when I go to give them a call, I'll say, hey, this is Patrick Cairns from Oral. I'm following up on the funny email I sent you with the cat gift. I hope you got a kick out of it. The reason why I'm trying to get creative, though, is because yada, yada, yada. When you get a chance, give me a call back. Answering your value prop, what have you. And so forth. So you're starting to kind of get the idea. You could do this with white papers. So like maybe if you send a white paper alongside an email, you could say, hey, was following up on the email I sent you the other day with the white paper that was explaining the value of leaving voicemails for your prospects. I'm not sure if you knew, but your connect rate actually goes up 25% by leaving voicemails. Want to follow up with you on that to understand your team's cold calling strategy, see if we can help your resume, whatever, however you want to say it, doesn't matter. But the point is you want to be customized at scale. And how you do that is take a step back, think about your messaging in your sequences, and think about like, how can you customize your voicemails based on that messaging? That's how you're going to cut through the noise. Most purchasers at organizations will say like they get a lot of not so great sales emails. Even if you don't have great sales emails and you're using voicemails in a very thoughtful way, you will still cut through that noise. So again, this is some voicemail best practices. Hope you guys found this helpful. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to spend some time and answer any questions you have. Thanks.